Well, hello again out there,
Hello,
and this is Marriage Talk with
Jacob
Jacob,
and LaShawn,
and of course I'm Jacob,
and I'm LaShawn.
and it's so good again to be with you guys. Hope you guys had a blessed work weekend, and even a
Yes,
blessed weekend. And last week we talked about quality time, and of course,
yes,
we spending us a little bit of quality time this weekend right here, ending it today, but making these videos and coming and sharing some information with you guys is so important. We wanted to wrap today up with the topic of financial harmony makes the marriage work.
right,
Financial harmony makes the marriage work. And of course, there's a difference between harmony and budgeting.
yes,
We talked about on last week that we can budget separately,
sure,
independently. We can
yeah,
budget, but we can't operate in harmony
right,
if we still operating as a single couple. I got mine over here, you got yours over
right,
there.
right,
We could budget ours like that.
right,
But we can't work in harmony
right,
together.
right. So we're actually here out in Myrtle Beach, like Jacob was saying, we're spending our quality time, and we just wanted to do our last taping. Actually on financial harmony and how it makes the marriage work. And so I have a definition that I wanted to share, and that definition is on harmony. And so harmony is a consistent, orderly, or pleasing arrangement of parts. It's a consistent, orderly, pleasing arrangement of parts. So meaning all of those parts are working together.
Right.
So that's actually what our definition of harmony is.
Yeah, and that word orderly actually means harmony. And I like the first part of it. It says a consistent. So this ain't something that we do once in a while.
Right.
This is something that we need to do. Consistently all the
Right.
time.
Right.
And I could honestly say, we have never had an argument or disagreement. When it came to our money.
Right.
As a matter of fact, even before we got married,
Yes.
we had already had banking accounts together. Now, I can't really explain that. We did not have like teaching on it and saying,
No.
hey, we need to be doing this.
No.
It was just something that we did.
And we don't recommend it for people, if you're just dating or, in a relationship. For married couples, yes. But we don't know how. We just put our
Right.
money together, and we've always put our funds together.
Right.
32 years,
Right.
later. So
Right.
we weren't even married. But I believe that it had a lot to do with the trust
Right.
that we had in one another, and that the money wasn't such a big deal to
Right.
us. So we just never looked at it that way.
Right. And I believe in divine moments of God and everything. Nothing happened by coincidence.
Right.
I believe that God knew back then
Yes.
that now we would have an opportunity,
Right.
not only to talk about it, but we'll talk about that lived experience,
Yes.
on how it worked, because
Right.
through the years of even before we started counseling couples, money always seemed to have been one of those things that was keeping them from totally surrendering
to each other. Exactly.
And it was especially when it was couples that they connected, but then I had my life over here,
Right.
doing my
Sure,
bills and everything,
sure.
and you had yours, but we still
Sure.
wanted to come together.
Right.
But it was always that one thing. When it comes to that money,
Right.
it's like
Yeah.
I don't know if I want to pool my money with
Well,
his,
yeah.
or pool my money with hers,
Of course, yeah.
But we saw that when we worked together in
Yes,
harmony,
yes.
even with our money,
Yes.
it was all or nothing.
Yes.
And we saw that it made it work.
It
you
did,
know,
yes.
and that's a key function of a team working and operating in harmony.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
we in football season now, you know, and it's very important that whether it's the offense on the field or the defense on
Right.
the field, that they make sure that they are operating and moving in
Yes.
harmony, because if they are not moving in harmony, it's just going to be confusion,
Right.
you know,
Absolutely.
on the field.
Absolutely.
You know, and we know that, you know, it's also when it comes to marriage. Now, I went online and I did some research, and according to marriage.com, I pull up an article. It's actually the 10 most common reason for divorce,
Right.
and this is an article by life coach Lisa Warren. You know,
Shelley Warren.
Shelley Warren. Yeah, and so money is the second one, with infidelity being the first.
Yes.
Most common reason
For divorce.
for divorce. Now, some research also shows that money is the number one, you know, reason.
Sure.
You
Yeah.
know, but according to marriage.com, you know, money is the second most reason that couples get divorced. You know, it reads right here. It says everything from different spending habits and financial goals to one spouse making considerably more money than the other, causing a power struggle can strain marriage to the breaking point. Money really touches everything, you know, and it was 3 different things that they said here. Different spending habit,
Yes.
you know, different financial goals.
Yes.
You know, you got your financial goals over there. You want to
Right.
achieve. I got my financial goals over
Right.
here. And
Right.
then the third thing they talked about is spouse making considerably more money than others.
And
You
believe
know,
it or
and-
not, that's usually like a big
Oh,
old,
man.
big issue. I mean,
Yeah.
we have counseled couples where they don't even know what the other person makes.
Right, on
They
the
know
job.
that the other person makes more, and the struggle is usually when that female makes
Right.
more than that male. And it's like it's a power struggle for
Right.
them, and it's like, guys, you know, stop, you know, fighting each other and
Right.
get together
You are a
and
team.
tackle the problem
Right.
that you may have.
Right.
You know, because money is just it's a matter of the heart, and
Right.
some people are so driven by it until
Right.
you know they will give up everything just for the dollar.
Right.
You know, but it can really cause just like a big hiccup in the marriage, and
Yeah.
it's like, guys, you know, like with us, we put all the money together, and you budget the monies, you make sure all the bills are paid. I have access to all of the accounts. I have debit cards to all of the accounts, and the reason you ended up, you know, driving our budget is because I made some mistakes, you know, and that was, I had to realize, you know, you just can't deduct in your head, you need to
Right.
put it on paper, you know,
And I was a little bit more consistent and
Right.
and a little bit more disciplined.
Right.
You know, just because you're the female, or just because you're the male, doesn't
Yeah.
mean there's certain things you should be doing because,
Right.
well, you're the woman,
Right.
you know, or there's certain things you should be doing,
Right.
you know. Well, of course, you know, I don't, you've never had to go outside and cut your grass.
No, but
You know,
I
don't-
would if I had
right,
to,
if
but
you
I
had
don't have to.
I just
Yeah.
don't want those pretty fingers to get calluses on it,
Right.
you know. But whoever's the best person for the job should be the one that should be handling
Right.
everything.
Right.
And to get transparent, you know, I like being able to be transparent, let you guys know. And we always say, no, we don't have a perfect marriage, but we have a healthy marriage.
Yes.
LaShawn, for years, have been making more money than me. For years. She just started making more
Still
money.
does.
For years, she's been making more money. She makes 2 times the money, you know. But what makes it so easy is that we put our money together in one bank account. We disperse it in a couple of other bank accounts, but it all goes in one, and we budget the account.
Yes.
It's not like, well, these are the things right here that you're responsible for, and then these are the things right here you're responsible for. No, we put everything in one. We put everything on the table, and we budget what's there. And I'm telling you, it works because we're working as a team. And with that, it really doesn't matter. Even if I was making more, it really doesn't matter because what is mine, and what is yours is mine.
No,
you know?
what is
mine is hers, and what is hers is mine.
Right.
You know, that's how that you never measure success by numbers.
That's right.
It's just money.
That's all it is.
You know, and money is a matter of the heart. You know, a lot of times people think that they have a money problem. No, you don't really have a money problem. You have a money management problem. You have a money management problem, and if you manage the money the correct way, it will work. You know,
but and I even, you know, thought about, you know, I was watching a movie one time, and you know, this couple, and they, you know, had all this money, but the issue was that the wife was very ill, you know, and they were beyond financial repair to fix her issue. I mean, she was dying from a disease that, you know, it was nothing that could be done. But they didn't even care about the money. They, you know, what I'm saying, at the end of the day, it doesn't really, the dollars doesn't really matter. Right. You know, you loving that person and caring for them and being there, you know, that's what matters.
That's right.
You know, but I'm not, you know, if you're sick and you know, you're at the point where I'm not sitting up here wondering about no bank account, you know, because that stuff could be replaced.
That's right.
But I'm thinking about our relationship and our love, and you know, for one another, and how deep it is, and how we're there for each other to care and nurture, you know, and just be there. And so, you know, people just, you know, when you touch their money, it's almost like they turn into somebody different, and it's almost like, okay, so you need to go back and check on that, because, you know, if that's an issue, then nothing else matters. Right. You know?
And no matter what we accumulate here in this physical world, you know, at the end of our lives, we take none of that thing with us. None. You know, whether we got millions or we got a few hundreds.
That's right.
The person with the millions going to leave it here, and the person with the hundreds going to leave it here.
Absolutely.
You know, and so the most important thing is that we enjoy, as a couple, that we enjoy this journey.
Right.
Called marriage. I want to continue to read here, and this is a quote by Emmett Burns. He says, "Money really touches everything. It impacts people's lives," unquote. And this is by Emmett Burns, marketing director for SunTrust. Clearly, money and stress do seem to go hand in hand for many couples.
Right.
Financial trouble can be categorized as one of the biggest cause of divorce, following infidelity, the number one reason for divorce.
Yes.
You know, guys. So what we are trying to say is that, you know, don't allow a few dollars to come in and bring all this unnecessary stress in your marriage, when really the main thing you should be doing is just operating in harmony, you know, trusting each other. The best person should be budgeting the account, because both of us don't need to do it. You know, that's the only reason, you know, why I do it. And a lot of times, you know, you help me out with it, because I could grab it and
he take the dollar and he make it holler.
You know.
And I'd be like, Jake, let it go,
right?
Sweetheart.
And so it still helps, you know, with you having some say so, even when it comes to me budgeting, you know, because it's like, no, we got it there, you know, and it's to use, and it's to enjoy life with, you
and
know.
I mean, a lot of times, and I mean, I have all say so with you know, just about all the say so, because I see exactly what comes in,
what's coming out.
Absolutely.
You know?
And I'll tell you sometimes, like, Jake, I don't think we need to do this right now. We might need to do this time, and then maybe we need to go back and take care of this, you know, and you'll be like, oh, okay, well, I didn't think of it like that. Well, that's fine. So, it's, we
all works
level it
out.
out, where we just don't let it impact us, because
Right.
we can remember when we were, just beginning a marriage, and we, we were pretty, comfortable, and we remember when life started really happening, we had children, and it was very, very tight for us,
Right.
and we had struggles. And it wasn't because the money wasn't coming. Our money management was poor,
Right.
and it was
Very
us.
poor. Right.
And so, but we still made it work,
Right.
And even when things began to turn around, and we began to gain the wisdom, and we understood, how money works and what it should be used for, and things that we need and things that we want, and we realize those things. We're at a different point now in life,
Right.
where it's not a discussion.
Right.
We don't have arguments, or
And we
toying
never
back and
did,
forth,
not over
and
no money.
Not over the money. And even when
Right.
we didn't have none, we didn't argue.
still
We just
didn't.
said we ain't got no money,
Right.
and we just kept
Right.
it going.
And we made it work.
But now, we just still, we do what we need to do with it.
Right.
And we enjoy our time with each
Right.
other, and we don't allow that to be, a foothold in our relationship, and
Right.
we just never have, and we declare today that we
That it
never will.
So we're going to end right there with that, and we're going to come back on next
Yes,
week
yes.
with some more good information,
Yes.
a part 2
Yes.
on financial harmony and how financial harmony makes the marriage work. So
Yes.
guys out there, continue to enjoy
Yes.
your weekend, and you
Yes.
guys be blessed.
Be blessed.